Introducing GeForce TV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GeForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washougal Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GeForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GeForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GeForce TV racing leagues. GeForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GeForce TV.
GeForce Racing Leagues welcomes you to virtual Fairbury American Legion Speedway for tonight's live coverage of the GeForce Racing League's Elite Division, brought to you by Washougal Speedway Race Source. Tonight's race is just one of 15 GeForce Racing League's divisions that compete during the week. We're happy you have joined us here tonight at Fairbury American Legion Speedway. I'm Doug Elkins. Jake Fluman is with me tonight. He is new to our broadcast team this evening for this elite race. Jake, first of all, thanks for joining us here this evening.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I'm pretty stoked about this race tonight.
This is a lot of the elite drivers. Of course, this is the division that everybody wants to be in. These are a lot of the drivers that run the Monday divisions. Extremely high I ratings in this division, and a lot of great drivers. We really hope that you're going to enjoy this here tonight. So what do we know about this place, Jake? It's a tiny track. It's a quarter mile. I was watching some of the practice. This does not look like an easy place to get around.
Absolutely not, man. It is a very short track. Got some it has some really tough walls as well that you definitely don't want to hit in these 360 sprints. But Slide Job City here, though, I mean, it is a very wide corner that you can shove your sprint car into. So yeah, this will be some exciting racing.
Qualifying is just wrapping up just now. They only have a few more seconds left of qualifying, and we have a good field of cars here this evening. We'll be running, I believe, 3 qualifying heats. And one of the interesting things here, this is something that always gets me, Jake, is you get to do your own setups tonight. So I'm learning quickly that being able to set up a race car may be even more important than being able to drive one. Is that the way you think of it?
There's a lot of test and tuning whenever it comes to these open setups. I mean, some of these guys can. I mean, it is a pure science that these guys can get these cars down to. But yeah, definitely, man. It's it's gonna be a long race. It's gonna be a very slicked up racetrack. So we'll see how the dominoes fall.
Of course, this is a point series, race number 4 tonight. Chris Sabaskey is the winner, current leader in the points over Kenny Miller and Brandon Schultz. Larry Moody and Steven Spies round up the top 5, but Sabaskey and Brandon Schultz are the only drivers who have won races in this league so far this year, and Brandon Schultz will be starting on the pole. So they'll be coming out here in just a moment. Let's take a look at the lineup. Brandon Schultz comes in 3rd in points. He's on the inside of the front row with Jeff Fitzgerald outside of him.
Adam Butchin, number 44 from New York. He'll be starting the 2nd row inside, and outside of him is going to be Kenny Miller, number 23.
Jeff Flaro will be on the inside of row 3, along with Jeffrey Barker. Jeffrey does a lot of the admin stuff back behind the scenes.
George Smith, the number 4 machine from Florida. He'll be starting at 7th, and Brandon Morgan, number 31, with the Firm Motorsports team. He'll be starting in 8th place in heat race number 1.
8 cars, top 4 will get in. What they did here is they inverted the top 4 from time trials. So 4th started Kenny Miller was actually the fastest out there, 11.555. He was over a tenth faster than the next competitor to him. And you might not know this, at this point, Jake. But one of the drivers out there, Adam Buchanan, is actually a racing announcer here in Central New York. So he'll be doing his own play-by-play as things go on. So
Good deal, man. Looking at some of these cars here, man. This 23 machine of Kenny Miller. Sorry, he has a pretty cool hot rod.
yeah, and of course the skins, I'm still learning about that side of it. It's very interesting. I noticed two guys, by the way, will be starting at the back. Both Adam Buchanan and Jeff Fitzpatrick were given EOL penalties, so they will start at the back, so things will move up here just a little bit. You're looking at the field as the pace truck is in and the green flag waves. We are racing at Fairbury.
Kenny Miller's gonna stick that thing right onto the inside. Brandon Schultz onto the outside, and we already got one car out, smashed the wall out there.
And I'm watching right now the leader, Miller. What a nice start that he did have as he is working his way on the top side. Right there with him, Brandon Schultz tugging along, and that number 2 spot is the high place. High spot looks to be the place to be here early on.
Yeah, as they go right back down turns 1 and 2, top 2 guys following each other's tracks. But then we got Jeff from Canada, the 00 machine, all wide with that orange wing. He's gonna be right onto the inside lane.
He's in that 3rd position right now, trying to get his way and secure that spot from the back. Adam Buchanan has now moved his way up into 4th, although he's got 3 drivers right behind him trying to chase him for that last qualifying spot.
Best time as of right now in heat race number 1 is going to be our leader of Kenny Miller, the number 23, with that 11.689 on lap 6 of 8.
That's just barely over a tenth of what he qualified at. So he is definitely getting around this speedway very well at this point. You're watching the leader down there in turn number 1. Those are the top 2 cars, Miller and Schultz. Flaro and Buchanan. Right behind him, Morgan, Smith, Fitzpatrick, and Barker on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I like to check throughout the field, man, but here's a battle for the top spot in heat race number 1 as a white flag is going to wave. Brandon Schultz looks like he went down to the bottom side a little bit, lost a little bit of ground, but Kenny Miller looks like he's going to bring home the checkered flag for heat race number 1.
Nice job for Miller. He gets the win. Schultz finishes 2nd. Flaro in 3rd. And, of course, Adam Buchanan in 4th. That heat race brought to you, by the way, by the Cruise Shop. They are a travel destination. Look them up, cruiseshopfw.com. Heat race number 2 making its way out. This one brought to you by 2W's Plumbing. They're over in Naples, New York. And it's a family affair, husband and wife deal doing that one, as we'll run down the lineup here for qualifying heat race number 2. Preston Cranmer is on the front, and current point leader Chris Sabiskay will start 2nd.
Craig Silsby, the Firm Motorsports driver, he'll be starting in 3rd, and Jesse Bandy, number 157, will be starting in 4th.
Steven Spies and Aiden Young will occupy row number 3.
And rounding out the field is going to be Kyle, number 24 from Ohio. He'll be starting there in 7th spot.
Some guys that you want to keep your eyes on here. Of course, Jess Bandy has been fast all year long. He is currently 6th in the points. Steven Spies is just ahead of him in 5th. So a lot of good drivers here in this qualifying heat. Fastest of them was Jess Bandy at 11.588 in qualifying. 7 cars, 8 laps, top 4 will qualify and move forward and miss the dreaded consolation race.
Very high I ratings in this heat race number 2. This is a very stacked heat race. So these guys will have to definitely be on their game here.
Takes a long time, takes years to get I ratings like some of these drivers have. And also consistency is, you can ruin your I racing by being too aggressive out there, can't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And definitely here at Fairbury, man, you can, it's a slide job goes wrong. You lose all sorts of spots, but lights on the pace truck is off. He's going to make that hard lap. These guys are stacked up, packed up. We're getting ready to rock and roll with a 8-lap heat race. Kramer
in top 4, where you want to be. Cranmer up front, Sabiskay right there with him as they take the green this time in qualifying heat race number 2. Which groove is going to be the best? Right now, it looks like the top once again.
Wheel to wheel down turns 1 and 2. The 21 machine may have got a little bit of a gap, but the 07 of Preston is still right there to the inside. Going down the backstretch, these guys drag race. Chris slaps the wall. Jesse hanging out there in 3rd place. He's going to be looking to the outside for 2nd place.
Had it for a second. Can he finish the pass as they come out of the corner? They're still side by side. But, yeah, Bandy now up to 2nd, trying to track down the leader.
Track is already changing from heat race number 1. These guys are already up about one full groove. As you see the 1-2 guys following each other's tracks. But back here in 3rd and 4th place now. Now Preston is under attack by Aiden and the number 69.
That's Aiden Young on the outside trying to make that work, and right behind him, do not count out Craig Silby as he sits one out, and he's going to go low, looking for fourth here. 3 wide, they go for third.
Jumping right inside the cockpit, looking right out of the visor cam here from Craig, from Craig Silsby. Get a little bit of a taste of this track as he goes all the way down to the inside tires there, and then he wrecks.
Whoa. I wondered where everybody went on his screen real fast, and that's what the problem was right there. So that moves things around. So Aiden Young, Kyle Mooney, everything just changed here quickly, but not out front. Chris Sabaskay is still out showing the way over Jess Bandy.
White flag out, and we have a good battle for third. Almost a little bit of 3 wide action down turns 3 and 4. We got one car all the way to the outside as a checker flag's on a wave, and Kyle's going to grab that third spot.
Kyle Moonin, we call him Mooney, he gets third, and Steven Spies, who was up there in the points, he benefited from that late race crash and ends up getting the final qualifying spot. Tough deal there, and you and I were watching that in-car shot. That's the reality of sprint car racing. You look at that inside wall, and you kind of miss stuff outside of you sometimes.
Absolutely, man. He went all the way down to the inside tires, and you have no idea where the guy is on the outside of you, and sometimes it doesn't work. So yeah, but luckily for him, he did land back on his tires. I think he finished last, and Craig Silsby finished 6th, I believe. Yeah, finished 6th in that heat race, but better than getting a tow.
That's true. That's true. But I was sitting there, I was going, man, does he have him? Is he clean? And then is he clear? And then, oh, no, he's not. So that is the reality of racing on a tight track with walls all the way around it, isn't it, Jake?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. It is definitely definitely a short track as well.
Yeah, quarter-mile tracks. These are the bull rings that everybody talks about. Jonathan Short will start on the pole for this one. He's the 51. Larry Moody's 73 will be outside of him.
David Flick, number 56, will be starting in third, and Rico Robles, number 3 from Momentum Motorsports, will be starting in fourth.
Stephen Goldner, that's Stephen with an I. He wins a lot of races in the GForce Racing Leagues. He will start inside of row number 3. Kevin Loveys, who is a sprint car crew chief by trade, he'll be in the 98 outside of row 3.
And right out of field is going to be Connor Ross, number 35. He'll be starting there in 7th place. But we have 4 Americans and 3 Canadians in this race.
You know, up here in New York State where I'm based, that's how a lot of it works. Didn't work out this year with obviously with the border and stuff, but we like it up here. This is just how it goes up our way. The Americans and Canadians are always having fun as we watch Moody and Short battling for the lead as a couple of cars spin at the back. There's a big crash.
A big crash. 3 cars got involved early, right when they were coming off of turn number 2. Stephen Golder, Connor Ross, and Kevin Lovelace. But back up front is going to be Larry Moody. He's going to lead this pack around this small bull ring of a track.
Now I'm waiting because I'm kind of watching for this track to change, because right now everybody's up on the top, and we know that everybody can't be up on the top for too long before that it gets all burned off and everything. So it's going to be interesting to see as we've got 4 cars that are pretty much running by themselves right now in the top 4.
Right at the halfway point, the top 3, might as well just throw a blanket over them because they are nose to tail. And then you got this 4th place guy of Rico, number 3 machine. He wants a piece of this action, and he is closing in on these guys.
Yeah, and you can see what he's doing. He's testing that low groove, seeing if he can get in that brown clay on the exit and maybe get some bite there. Because again, if you got 3 guys running the top and they're all right in front of you, you can't go up there and pass them, can you?
Absolutely not. And he goes all the way down to the inside tires, tries to do a little slide job. Almost thought he was going to complete that, but he's battling hard for 3rd place. They're all yellow machine, and there he goes. He completes a side pass, and they're going to bump wheels.
And right back at him to the inside goes Flick. So this is a pretty good race right here. Slide job, and another slide job here again with Robles on the top side.
White flag waves. Remember, the top 4 advances straight into the A-main, and these guys are battling it out quite hard on the white flag, but Rico's going to grab it. But our leader, Larry, Jonathan is 2nd. Rico going to come home in 3rd, and Davis going to come home in 4th.
Robles almost lost it there coming out of the last corner too, so good job holding on there, as that early crash was definitely a factor here with Moody, Short, Robles, and Flick advancing into the A main.
Heat race 3 results are up there on your screen.
Again, we're working with Jake here the first time, guys, so again, big thanks to him and all of his team down there at Whiskey Oval TV for coming on board and helping us out here tonight. B main on the track next, and 10 cars are slated to take the green in this one with Brandon Morgan coming away at the top spot. I want to thank Schultz Heating and Cooling for sponsoring heat race number 3. They were out right before us. And of course, this B main brought to you by Strickland's GMC. They are out of Brantford, Ontario, Canada. Go where the winners go and see Rick Smith out at Strickland's. Morgan Young, they're in row number 1. Sorry about that, Jake.
No worries, man. The Consolation race is usually, or sometimes, most of the time, the funnest race, man.
And we've seen a lot of drivers who have actually come from the Consolation race because they get a little bit of track time as the track is changing, and they learn something and get out there and do well in the A main. So sometimes if you don't have to start too far back, Jake, running in the Consolation race can be a little bit of an advantage.
For sure. We got Brandon Morgan, Aiden Young. We got Kevin and George Smith, 3rd and 4th. Craig Silsby, Stephen Goldner, Jeff Fitzpatrick, Preston Kramer, Connor Ross, and Jeffrey Barker. As these caution laps go really, really quick here, so you gotta be ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, when they're doing 12-second laps, you figure, do the math there. That's 5 laps a minute, so it happens fast. So don't go to the bathroom, don't go to eat. Just stay right there, watch all your friends, and have some fun with us here today on GeForce TV. Everybody's going to make it in. That's the nice thing about this. So this only determines starting positions 13 and so on back. Green flag is out.
Green flag out. Brandon Morgan, Aiden Young. Got one guy way up next to the wall. That's going to be Aiden Young. And then all white machine, number 69. He's going to put that right rear tire next to the outside wall once again, and he's going to lead this pack of Hungry Hounds down in turns 1 and 2.
Brandon Morgan now up to 2nd. Keep your eyes on the 30 of Stephen Goldner. He tends to like the bottom part of the racetrack. He's running in 3rd. Kevin Lovey's right back behind him in the 98s. We've got a good battle for position number 3 right now.
Number 30 machine we're still riding on board with. Powerhouse is right on that side of that engine cover. Gets right back to the back, or to the gas bumper of Brandon Morgan there in second place. Lap 4 of 10, man, and we're only 44 seconds into this race, and we're already halfway through.
And Brandon Morgan, you can tell what he's doing. He's hoping that bottom is going to come around as he is trying that line. See, he's all the way down to the brown on the entrance. He lets it slide up, almost diamonding the corner there, but I don't know if that's working or not, Jake.
Has one lane. He gets squeezed up next to the wall. Then he gets beat around. He backs that thing right into the outside wall there on the front stretch, though. The green flag is still going to be waving. He goes from second or 3rd all the way back to 8th place.
Oh, that's a tough break for Stephen Goldner. At least he didn't go all the way to the rear. At least he didn't wreck it. But obviously now we've got a 3-car battle at the front as I'm watching Kevin Lovey's, that 98 that just went through your screen right there, as he's in 3rd trying to run down 2nd place, as Preston Kramer is now trying to work on him for that position.
George Smith is rounding out the top 5. You got Craig Silsby back in 6th. Jeffrey Baker back in 7th. You got Stephen Goldner. He's now sitting back in 8th place. Jeff Fitzpatrick and Connor Ross rounding out the field, but yes, back up front, Aiden Young has a fairly comfortable gap, but battle for 2nd place with Brandon Morgan and Kevin. They're heating up.
It is. That's a real good race between them. One more lap to go here to decide who will start in 14th versus 15th in our feature a little bit later on. But a good race here in the Consolation, and take us home there, Jake.
White flag or checker flag's on way for Aiden Young. As you see these top 3 guys, man, they definitely moved out or all the way to the outside wall. There was no more running that middle line. They went to the outside wall. So this A main, man, it's going to get crazy. There's definitely plenty of room down on the bottom. So we'll see if anyone's setup likes it down there.
And we've seen a lot of races, and I know you've been doing a lot of this too, Jake. It's amazing, especially on the short tracks, and I want to know what you think. But a lot of times when everybody runs that high line during the heats and the consies, the bottom tends to be the place to be later.
It is. I mean, like you said earlier, you gotta run where other guys don't, and the bottom side is usually the place where no one likes to run.
So what do they do now? Do they stay with the setups they have? Do they change their setup around and maybe run the bottom? What's going through these guys' minds right now as they're out there taking these practices?
A lot of times from the heat race to the feature, the big thing that they like to change is either their top wing position and their gear ratio. Slick track, you don't need that much torque trying to go or come off. You'll just be sliding your rear tires a lot. So a lot of times the shocks and everything stays the same, but yeah, I mean, right now this warm up, it is definitely the golden part of the night as these guys try to dial it in.
Yeah, and of course, anytime you move the wing back, that gets you more bite. Moving it forward corrects the different problems. Of course, gear ratios can help you run the bottom or the extreme top. And from what a lot of guys tell me, that choice on gear is what decides where you can, or in some cases, cannot run.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, and the track is actually going to get more. Is the track is actually going to get more slippery as the race goes on, even in this A main. As I mean, you see these guys now. I'm on the blimp mode, and this is such a small track, but very very wide corners, and looks like everybody is running that middle to that outside groove.
And I like how the blimp moves around and really gives you a perspective of this track. I mean, this is not a paperclip. It's not a D. What is it really? I mean, it seems totally unique to me, Jake.
Yeah, it's almost like a just a donut, really. I mean, it has some very short straightaways, but the corners are very wide, and the higher you go, the higher the banking goes. So it's a very unique track.
And I wonder too if you might have to change more than the gearing to run on the flatter part, on the inside part of the speedway, versus like you said, up on the banking up there, maybe clicking the wall every now and then.
And that's where a lot of test and tuning and the science comes into play that these guys are really good at. I'm not the best at creating setups, but yeah, man, test and tuning comes in big. Definitely right here in the A main.
And I also noticed too when we chat with a lot of these guys, they're part of multi-car teams. And I would imagine that testing, and just like any form of racing, whether you're talking about the highest form in NASCAR or whether you're part of a two-car midget team running in Pennsylvania somewhere, being part of a team and sharing that information has got to be a huge, huge advantage.
Yeah, a lot of these guys run. They usually have practice nights where they'll just all three, four, their whole team just jumps in there and they just run lap after lap and test and tune, and also too, man, official races, you usually race with guys around your I rating, but in league races like this, we have guys I ratings up to 5,000 all the way down to 2,000. So that's a very big jump that you really don't get a race with week in and week out. So if you're a 2,000 I rating guy running against a 5,000, there's a big test and tune difference, and it's gonna be tough for sure.
And a lot of people who come from other sports, primarily like stick and ball sports, they sit there and, well, anybody can win on any given night, but really, iRacing, just like the non-virtual world, pecking orders are established, and if you haven't passed somebody all year, chances of you passing them tonight are pretty slim, aren't they?
Yeah, but just like any form of racing, you got to have that racing luck on your side, and man, some guys have it. Some guys just have
That's
it some
true.
nights, and some guys don't. We seen one guy try to do a slider, or they connect wheels, and just bad, just some bad racing luck. But yeah, man, definitely, a lower I rating guy, and definitely here at the short track, a little bit of racing luck, you can have a very good night.
For someone who has a lower rating, Jake, do they struggle more on short tracks versus the big sweeping tracks, or is that even a factor, do you believe?
Short tracks are weird just because there's not very many of them here in iRacing. I mean there's really only 10 dirt tracks I think that are in iRacing, maybe 9, but this is definitely the shortest one. But short tracks, sometimes it fits your style, a lot better than the bigger tracks. If you talk, the NASCAR world, like Bristol or Martinsville, like some guys, they just like those type of tracks. Well, same thing here in at Fairbury. Some of these guys driving style just works here.
Now, I know Roger has been listening with us as well. We've been waiting for an opportunity to bring him in. We do have a very special week coming up next week, don't we, Roger?
Yeah, hi guys. We certainly do. It's the Epsilon Sprint Wraps Triple Crown Charity Week. All proceeds will be going to through the Steve King Foundation to Lennox Mobley, the little 5-year-old that was severely burned in the pit accident at Port Royal back in September. So it's $10. There's 3 divisions. There'll be 12 races, all broadcast. So there'll be 4 races per division. One division is $10, and all 3 20. And you can go to and you don't need to race if you want to make a donation. It's for a great cause, and you go to GoFundMe page. It's a GFRL Triple Crown Charity Week, or go to our website GForceRL.com, and there's a full page there with a link to where to donate and all the rules and everything else. Love to see everybody out. There is no limit on iRacing and on your iRating, and everyone's welcome. And I'll let. Looks like the feature's about to start, so I'll hand it back to you guys. You're doing a great job, guys.
Much
It's great to
appreciated.
listen to.
Very nice. So, yeah, so do what you can next week, everybody. Very important week. Kenny Miller, Chris Sabaskey will start on the front row.
Second row is going to be Larry Moody, number 73. Brandon Schultz from the Midwest. He'll be starting there in 4th place.
Jess Bandy and Jonathan Short will be going in positions 5 and 6.
7th and 8th place is going to be Jeff and Kyle Mooney. And then number 24 will be starting in 8th place.
Rico Robles will be the inside of row 5, along with the announcer Adam Buchanan.
9th and 10th place, Rico and Adam. Momentum Motorsports and Adam from New York.
Steven Spies, David Flick, the pace car is in. I'll go quick. Aiden Young, Brandon Morgan, Kevin Loveys, Preston Kramer, George Smith, Craig Silby, Stephen Golder, Jeffrey Barker, Jeff Fitzpatrick, and Connor Ross round them out as we are green. Just made it in time there, Jake.
Yeah, stacked up, packed up, big field here tonight. 20 car A main field. We're 3 wide, many rows deep, down into turn 3 and 4, and I have no idea who is leading this thing.
Appears to be Kenny Miller on the top. Might have had the lead as they came around that time. Now Chris Gaviskay is up there 4 wide for a moment for 2nd place. Now you see why we call this the Elite Division, guys, and the caution is out.
Caution is out early on lap number 3. And man, they came around turn 4, and I didn't know who was in the lead. We was 4 wide for many rows deep there.
That was really something. And again, it shows, like you were talking about, nobody gets these I ratings this high without a crap load of experience on the racetrack. So Chris Sabaskay, and we're going to see if we can see what happened here on the replay.
And here's a replay right here. Don't know. There he is. Little bit of ran out of room. We'll do some quarter speed action real quick. And yeah, one car just kind of ran out of room, squeezed him right up to the outside wall. See if he stayed on his wheels, and then some guys had nowhere to go.
Oh, wow. They were really stacking them up. Almost looked like something you'd see at Talladega or something. Thanks to Malcolm Mills, by the way. They're based out of Oakland, Ontario, Canada. They sponsor our replays, and they are a full-service millwright and contractor servicing forestry and industrial clients. So big thanks to Malcolm Mills for our chance to look again as the green comes back out. Chris Sabaskay, the point leader, is the leader on the racetrack.
The yellow flag is going to wave once again quite early as these guys were getting these things roared off at turn number 2. And caution laps do not count here tonight, so we're going to run a full 30-lap A-main feature.
And that was something iRacing did in their last update, too, because for a while, you were going to get 3 to 4 laps under yellow, and a 25-lap feature sometimes would be, not that many laps of racing, less than half sometimes. So a good job by iRacing, Jake.
Yeah, absolutely. iRacing's doing some incredible work, definitely on their audio side, I believe. As a caution came, and yeah, it looks like 4th and 5th place. They were already stacked up, and caution came out early.
I like how they always have the cameras going off in the background too. So little do they know their flashes do them no good in the stands, right, Jake?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they don't.
It's nothing.
Lights on the pace truck is off. This guy will be making that hard left-hand corner, and I think Brandon, he'll be our leader, number 20, or no, sorry, Chris, he'll be our leader in the number 21 machine.
Yeah, they went to a single file, obviously with 2 early cautions like that. Decided to go single file versus double. That's something that's taken care of behind the scenes and something you see basically at every form of racing out there. But the only 2 guys that have won our 3 races so far, run 1-2, Sabaskay and Schultz.
Schultz and Chris 1-2, pulling away from 3rd and 4th place. Kenny Miller is trying to battle it out for 3rd, and looks like he's going to grab it. We have one guy all the way down to the inside. That all yellow machine, I think that's going to be Rico.
Yep. And he did that earlier. Remember, he was down there earlier, and I don't know how many times we've seen this, Jake, within the past couple of weeks. You see the leaders out front here at this part of the race. You see somebody trying to mine that bottom, and the next thing you know, they're up in the top 5, they're in the top 3, and they're right there. We'll see if Rico Robles will be our next person to do that. There you see him on your screen.
As he cracks the top 5, he's moved up 4 spots, and he's our unofficially our hard charger. As he gets past, and he's all wobbly. He gets a little bit of contact from the 73 machine. They keep it straight, though.
Kyle Mooney got him, Jess Bandy. It's like they knew we were talking about him, and they decided, oh yeah, you're watching him, watch this. So, we got a couple cars together, and one, I think, spun on the front stretch. Caution is out.
One does a complete 360, and the other guy just fell straight to his side.
I don't know about you, Jake, but when you see in the real world a sprint car do a 360 and drive away, it's just a beautiful thing, isn't it? I know they weren't happy about it, but it's so cool that they can actually do that.
Yeah, man, do a 360 and then do a wheelie on top of that.
Although I still can't get used to them backing up in victory lane. I can't grab a hold of that, Jake.
We'll try.
But they don't do that.
No, for sure. Yeah, this reverse gear that iRacing has is a little bit different, but as we watch the replay, Jonathan Short smashed that outside wall coming off of turn 4, and guys just started getting collected.
Well, he spun around a whole bunch of times once he was on his side there too, so if we were in the non-virtual world, that would have been a real problem for him. But now he just hits his button and he's back out. No money was spent. No time was spent in the shop to repair, as we are ready to go back to green. 9 laps complete in this 30-lapper.
Chris still our leader. I think he's led every lap so far. Lap number 10. Brandon Schultz second. Kenny Miller third. Jesse Brandy fourth. And Rico's trying to battle it out for 4th place.
Yeah, that's the one we're going to kind of keep watching there, as currently actually shown in 6th right now. But, it's they're taking it from different loops on the track, too. But everybody's still up top, Sabaskey, Schultz, and Miller, and they're trying to pull away and make this a 3-car race.
And here comes our leaders right onto the high side as we look off this pit road camera. Track map is up there on our screen right there on the right-hand side. That's going to be their track position, not their car number. So keep that in mind.
I like that. That's a nice graphic you got right there. And also, you can also see how different the track is. It almost looks like a paperclip from that angle, but it surely is not. Sabaskey, Schultz, Miller, they're kind of running all by themselves right now in the top 3. Jess Bandy's right there. Larry Moody and Robles are the only guys trying the bottom as they're coming up on a slower car.
Brandon Schultz has the quickest lap time. He's going to go down to the bottom. Will he be able to do a slide job, a little swip swapping for the lead when we're drag racing down the front stretch for 1st place?
That was fun. Oh, yeah, you're going to do that. I'm going to do it right back to you. And here comes Schultz again to the inside. He may have him this time, and he's going to bring Kenny Miller with him.
Right there in 3rd place is going to be Chris. He's lost 2 spots now since the initial green flag. As we jump right on side of his visor cam, you definitely see those lap cars as they are coming around turn 4.
And that's the reality of a quarter-mile track. The longer you go on green, we still got 13 laps to go here, the more you could get into traffic. So sometimes as a driver, you might be sitting there rooting for a caution just so you don't have to deal with that. But I don't think that's what's going on with Brandon Schultz right now, as he seems to have this pretty well under control.
Yeah, the last thing he wants to see right now is the caution come out. But when we was riding on the inboard, man, he was feathering his throttle. That's Chris in the number 21 machine. But all these guys, it is a very throttle controlled racetrack.
Yeah, this isn't Knoxville. This isn't Eldora. You put that egg underneath your right foot and try not to break it by stomping on that gas pedal too hard. But boy, he's just increased his lead by a half a second here in the last 2 laps alone.
Yeah, he has a 1-second lead over 2nd, and then 2nd has another 1-second lead over 3rd. But sitting in 4th place going to be Jesse. Adam is round out the top 5. But man, we have a good battle for 6th, 7th, 8th. Spot right here as these guys are doing crossover, and we're 3 wide coming down the front stretch.
Wow. Yeah, that's Kevin Lovey's there in the 98, who's the first one in that group right there. They are doing some hard racing out there right now, trying to make that work. And Robles, who was down in the bottom, has changed his line, moving up a little bit. And now, as we say that, he goes right back down to the bottom.
Right back down. Yeah, every time we start talking about this 3 machine, as a caution is going to wave. But yeah, every time we start talking about him, he will change it up on us.
7 laps to go, 23 in. Brandon Schultz sees that big lead just disappear. But I think, like we were just talking about, I was talking about a second ago, he should not have to deal with any traffic rest of the way, though, with just 7 to go.
Yeah, 7 to go. He should have a clean racetrack unless the start gets bottlenecked up. But Kyle Mooney is showing red up on the program. We'll see if he's the cause of this track. Number 24 machine, that all blue and white. And down into this corner and...
Oop, just clipped the car.
Just clipped the gas tank.
Yes, I've also heard that called a push bar. I've heard it called a lot of different things, and obviously it's there for a reason because that's where the fuel cell is, guys. Is right on that kind of I don't know, what would you call that, egg shaped. I don't know what it is exactly, the shape of that thing at the back there, but that helps, and a very common thing. And it's there for a reason because when they flip, a lot of times they'll land on their tail, and that's what keeps the car from doing some bad things. Green flag back out.
Back underway. Brandon Schultz gets a very good restart, though. We have one guy to the inside. That's going to be Chris. He's trying to change up his line. Kenny Miller still in second place.
Well, you're at this point of the race, and they're running the same line they were running, and you weren't able to catch them before. You better try something different, but then at some point you got to bail on that, and I think Chris has already done that. He's back up to the top now and might have to just settle for a podium position.
Yeah, he's battling out with Jesse and Adam. Now, Adam has moved up 5 spots since the initial green flag, and he's working his way up. Kevin Lovey's number 98. He's moved up 9 spots since the initial green flag has waved.
At 15th to 6th, he would be the hard charger at this moment in the race. I'm impressed with Adam Buchanan. I hear this guy at a lot of the local racetracks here in New York State. I had no idea that he iRaced, first of all, and that second of all, he was good enough to be run a top 5 in the elite division. So good job, Adam.
Absolutely. Holding down that top 5 a couple laps ago. We'll jump right on board with our leader, Brandon Schultz, as he rounds right next to the high side, crossing the line once again. We got 2 laps to go with Kenny Miller right there in second place.
Remember what I was saying about not catching slower traffic? Let's throw that out the window, as Mooney could be a factor in this one. One more lap to go.
And he was wheel to wheel with him coming across the line, lost a little bit of ground. We'll see if these lap cars come into play. But looks like Brandon Schultz has a pretty good room. Kenny Miller went down to the bottom. Can't get him. Checker flag is going to wave for Brandon. Kenny second. Chris is going to come home in third.
Yeah, Kenny had no choice. He had to try something coming out of the last corner. Good effort going down on the inside, but not enough to catch Brandon Schultz, as he has now won 3 of the 4 races in the Elite Series here this season. Congratulations to Brandon Schultz.
Moved up 3 spots as well to grab that checker flag, and then also he's going to run the quickest lap time with that 12.224.
You know, that's pretty good considering this track the way it is right now. So, and as an announcer type, I always feel better when I know the winner was the one who ran the fastest lap. Don't you, Jake?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's always nice to seeing the fastest car win the race.
Yes, and that was clearly the case here. It'll be interesting to see when we chat with the top 3 here exactly how this all worked out, because I'll be interested to hear what happened with Chris Sabaskay, because he looked so good early and then ended up having to try to hold on for 3rd place there in the final lap. So in just a little bit, we'll bring some of the guys up here into the room. I do not see Chris there just yet, so we'll see if we can get him up here, as we're waiting on Chris Sabaskay right now, your 3rd place finisher. And there he is. And I'm going to try this. I don't know if it'll work. Let's see. Do I just drag him up there, or how does that work? Yes, I did. It did work. I believe he's here. Chris, are you here? Do you have a copy?
I think, well, hey, if we can just click on the oh, there he is, Chris.
There he is.
Hey guys.
Hey Chris, how you doing? Had a good starting spot up front, led some laps, ended up falling back to 3rd. How did things go in the 30 lapper for you?
It was a little bit of a battle. I tried to make a couple adjustments to the car that didn't ultimately give me the edge I was hoping for. So she was a little loose, and then Brandon was right on my rear end. Got me working, trying to make a couple different entries and trying to adjust my line so I see if I could come up with something, and ultimately just didn't have enough tonight.
So what could you have done, and what did you do to try to compensate for that loose condition once the race got going?
A little bit of spacing stuff and some clicks into the shocks. Got a couple things, couple tools in my bag that I used to try and, for different track conditions, but went the wrong direction tonight, I think.
This happens that way at some point. Did you have any hopes that you might be able to catch him when that final caution came out?
No, I was just kind of mainly trying to stay with him and, given everything I got to try and stay ahead of Jesse just to get a podium finish. But for the most part, I didn't really have anything for Brandon and Kenny tonight. They were up front and they were pulling on me the whole time for the most part.
Chris came into the night as the point leader. Anybody thank yous you'd like to get out before we let you go, Chris?
For the time being, my beautiful wife and you guys for putting this show on. Congratulations to Brandon and Kenny for a great race, and hopefully we can keep running up front.
And congratulations to Chris for having a beautiful wife. Nice job, man.
Appreciate it, bud.
Third
Take care.
place for Chris Sabaskay here tonight. Next up, Kenny Miller. And again, I'm still trying to figure out if I'm supposed to bring him up or does he come up. And there he is. Kenny Miller joins us here. Second place run for you here tonight. Good race with Brandon Schultz out front.
Yeah, it was a real good race, but one of these nights I'd like to get up on the top step of that podium, but we'll keep working at it and see what we can do.
I noticed you tried something on the last lap. Was that well? I better do something and get down there. Or were you grooming that lane a little bit on the inside?
No, that was all a mistake. I kind of got squirrely off of 2, trying to punch the throttle. So got a bad run off of 2, and then just kind of rolled the bottom, see if something happens. I didn't even realize that he got out of shape until we were kind of close coming to the line. I figured he would have blown by me, but I didn't see him for a while. So I don't know what happened there, but good race, and happy to have my teammate right behind me.
Oh, that's nice. So, all right, we have teammates second and third. We were talking about that, Jake and I. How important is it to be part of a team? And is it more important in the setups? Is it more important in the mental aspects of it? Where do you benefit by being part of a team?
I benefit from the setups. Chris and Rob set me up real good and makes my job easy. But racing with them's fun too. Good buddies on and off the track, so helps out real good.
Nice job, Kenny. Who would you like to say thanks to? And I'm sure it starts, like you said, with your team.
Yeah, people trying to figure some new stuff out with the team. But Weichel Sportswear and Ken Cycle Repair helped me out in real life, so give a shout out to them.
Nice job, man. Congratulations, and maybe we'll talk to you next time, man.
Hopefully, sounds good.
Kenny Miller, strong second place run for him here tonight. As for Brandon Schultz, well, he has been the man to beat on this deal here so far. He has won 3 of the 4 races, and we're waiting for him to come on down here. And let's see. And as soon as we get him, we will do that. There's Brandon with us right now. Brandon, another good run tonight. 3 out of 4. Boy, you are on top of it here in the Elite Series.
Yeah, we were pretty I don't know, I don't want to say frightened, but we weren't looking forward to this track coming into
Really?
it. So to get out of here with a win is pretty huge because we really missed the line a little bit in qualifying, and I know we had a good qualifying set, but that's the first time I think I've ever hit the invert, so I'm not complaining about it, but to get second in our heat was also really lucky. We got to start second row outside instead of inside. I feel like, if Kenny Miller would have started outside, like behind Sebeski where I was, he probably, would have had a really good chance to win. But yeah, if you start inside on this track on the feature, it's one groove on the top, and you're just gonna go backwards and have to fight for every inch. So we were pretty fortunate enough to get that outside starting spot.
So what was going on there at the end? I mean, obviously you had to know Kenny was right there with you.
Oh yeah, we were after that last caution. The track before that caution was really smooth up top. It was actually pretty comfortable to drive. And after that last caution, I don't know what happened, but it got so bumpy up there, and
Really?
I almost lost the car once coming out of 4. And after that, I kind of drove more of a conservative line. Like I wasn't at any means trying to block Kenny, but just not get up too high on the wall and be able to cover the top. So if he had to pass me, he would have had to throw a slider. I knew he was quicker than me the last couple of laps, but when you're the mouse and you got the cat behind you, it's a lot harder.
So you were looking to the left screen there, basically just ready to see him at any time, huh?
Yep, basically. Yeah, I knew he was coming. He was fast all night long.
So did you sit there? I mean, you won 3 out of 4. What do you attribute this success to?
Just I have a lot of good supporters behind me and an awesome team that helps me build sets, and we build sets together. Do a lot of practice laps, practice the right way, and really work hard. If you want to be fast in the whether it's real life or in the sim, I mean, all races are either won in the garage or in practice on the sim, and we put a lot of time and effort in to be on the podium every week. So if we just keep up that pace, I think we'll be pretty solid the rest of the season.
You mentioned practice the right way. What do you mean by that?
Just not going out there and just turning a ton of laps. That's really not practicing the right way. I
Oh,
mean, it never hurts to turn a ton of laps, but there's ways to practice the right way. And I can't give out every secret, but
okay.
there's certain things we do that's considered probably better practice.
Okay, I have no points, and I'm trying to practice. So, could you give me one thing that maybe I should be doing different, Brandon, for the
Make one
newbies?
adjustment at a time.
There you
Don't ever
go.
make more than one adjustment.
Yeah, then you don't know if it worked or didn't work, or what didn't or did work. So, okay, nice job, Brandon. You mentioned the team. Any other thank yous you'd like to get
Oh
out?
yeah, I got to thank buyoil.com, Built Racing, let's see, Dirt Doctor, Wagaman Brothers, Powerhouse Motorsports. I'm sure I'm forgetting a few. Just got to thank all my guys for all the help and effort they put in. Jesse had a really strong finish tonight. I wish he could have got on the podium with me. I know this is a track he really likes, and like I said, he got that inside starting spot. So it's hard. I think personally, if he would have started fourth where I was, he might have been in victory lane tonight because he is probably a lot better than I am around here. So, but all the boys did good. I know they had some tough luck tonight, but yeah, just gotta thank all my teammates and gotta thank Roger for giving us an awesome league to run in, and you guys for broadcasting.
Appreciate that very much. Nice job, Brandon. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, buddy.
Brandon Schultz, another strong run here tonight. So, Jake, what do you think? Tough track. It sounded like it changed there a little bit at the end. That was a heck of a battle out front.
Man, absolutely it was. I'm actually watching this quarter speed action from Brandon whenever he was doing the interview, man. He was 3 wide with some lap cars about lap 20 into that run, man. That thing got sketchy quick for him. But man, lap traffic, short track, 30 lap, a main feature, but man, it was a very action-packed race.
And like you noticed when we went to those in cars, you're not just matting your foot to the floor and turning left around this place.
Oh, absolutely not. You got to feather that throttle nice and easy. Just try to, sometimes you just got to race the racetrack. And I think tonight, that's what it was.
Want to thank the Cruise Shop, 2W's Plumbing, Schultz Heating and Cooling. We didn't hear from A&J Custom Creations. Of course, iRace League Manager, Strickland's GMC, Malcolm Mills, and of course, Southern Patio Enclosures, who brought us the Victory Lane ceremonies here tonight. Before we say goodbye, I'd like to bring Roger in one more time to remind everybody about what we've got going on next week. Roger's on Push to Talk. You got us, Roger?
I'm right here, buddy. First of all, great job, you guys. It was a great start for your first night together, and we're really excited about the charity event that we've got coming up. Epsilon Sprint Wraps is sponsoring that event, and again, go to GForceRL.com. There's a whole page there, information on how to donate, and it's all to help 5-year-old Lennox Mobley. And feel free to donate even if you're not a racer, because it's certainly for a good cause. So hope to see everybody out there and we get full fields.
And before we go, I'd like to get Jake to throw a plug for what you're doing, because you're very big behind the scenes on this stuff. Go ahead, throw yourself a plug.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Whiskey_TV is my broadcasting page. Broadcast on Facebook and YouTube. Tonight on YouTube is GForceTV is where we're at. So thanks to GForceTV. But yeah, you can find all my content and all the league races that I cover on Whiskey_TV.
Yeah, I had the easy job. I just had to sit here and talk. Jake was the one doing all the stuff behind the scenes. So a big thanks to you, Jake. And hopefully we'll be talking to you again here very soon. And as always, you can check out my interviews, Elkins Video Productions on YouTube. For Roger, for Jake, for all the racers here in the G-Force Racing League Elite Division, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Much appreciated. Thanks, guys.
Introducing GeForce TV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GeForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washougal Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GeForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GeForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from rivals in GeForce TV racing leagues. GeForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GeForce TV.